Okay, so what I'm going to talk to you today about is campcraft tools, which is basically cutting tools and tools that you'd use around camp. Firstly, the one that's probably the most important, which you'll see me carry on all my videos, is a knife. What I've got the Rami's Bushcraft knife. I'll show you it here. There you are. You're after something with obviously no serration along the back, a sharp blade with no serration at the bottom of the blade, a comfy handle. I'll show you the handle there. Comfortable handle, something that feels nice to grip, got a nice weight behind it. You're after something that's made of high carbon steel, is what I usually choose, tool steel. It seems to hold the edge a lot longer. It does rust if you don't treat it, but obviously you've got to keep on top of it, coat it with oil, make sure you give it a good clean, get any wood tannins off after you use it. It just seems to take an edge better, and hold it better than just stainless steel, which is what a lot of knives seem to be made out of these days. So yeah, you want to get yourself a good knife. It's carried in just a leather sheath, quite tough and thick, just on the belt. Mine's just a drop-in sheath, so there's no sort of messing around. When you get it out, you just take it out, slot it back in. So there's your knife. Got a second knife as well, what I use. This is a Mora training clipper. Again, it comes in two styles. You can either get the stainless steel blade or the high carbon. I've chosen the high carbon for the same reason I've previously discussed. There it is for you. Again, no serrations on the back or in the blade, just a drop point end. This has got a plastic handle with a rubber mould grip. It's half tang, so the tang comes, the blade extends down into the handle about that far. The only problem with that being, if you put a lot of pressure onto the knife, it tends to flex a bit, which is why I don't tend to use this for sort of the heavier duty work. As you can see there, this hasn't been used for a while and it is starting to get a little bit rusty, and that's why it's important that you keep on top with the oil coatings. But I'll show you how sharp that is with a bit of paper I've got here. This is how sharp your knife really needs to be. There you go. Easy as that. If your knife's not that sharp, then it's no good. Again, just a simple drop-in sheath. No messing around when you're getting your knife in or out. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to show you, what most people don't realise is important and don't usually think of taking with them, is an axe. You don't realise how useful your axe actually is until you've taken one into the wild that is the proper sharp. Got a proper sharp edge on it, and you can use it for so many things. I mean, your axe, you can actually carve with your axe. I'll show you what I've carved with mine in a minute. But this is a Gerber axe. It's got a cast steel head, forged steel. The handle's made of plastic and not wood, and it's hollow, which means it makes the handle really light. It's meant to be indestructible, whether it is or not. I'll find out when I use it a lot. Show you the head here. The other advantage of having that hollow handle is all the weight of the axe is in the head there. I don't know if you can see that. So just a nice simple one-handed hatchet. I've actually got the two-handed version of this, which is about 20 centimeters longer, and it's got a bigger, heavier head. It just makes it a lot easier when you're using for heavy-duty tasks around your camp. So but this is perfect for splitting logs or carving, as I say, and I'll show you how sharp that is. Again, if your axe can't do that, then it's not much good. You need it to be razor sharp for it to do all the tasks that you want it to do. So there you have your axe. Just a Gerber sporting axe with a sheath. Just a tough ripstop sheath there with a Velcro top that attaches to your belt. Okay, next up is my Laplander folding saw. Again, one of the tools that most people don't take with them, and you don't realise how useful it is till you have it. It's good for just cleaning off any sort of cuts that you've made to the tree. Obviously it's a lot better for the tree if it's got a nice clean cut to repair itself. The advantage of this folding saw that it's got is that it all locks shut as well as open. So there's just a button that you press, extends the blade, it locks fully open, and that's razor sharp. It was a bit blunt when I first got it, but once the PTFE or whatever coating it was on the blade, once that had gone, that is now razor sharp, and I take that with me everywhere. You can use it to split logs and just sawing off any sort of clean edges that you want if you're building a shelter. Just handy to carry on you. I'm actually going to make a belt sheath for that, so I can carry it on my belt, because at the moment I just carry it in my side pouch of my Bergen. So there's a Laplander folding saw for you. Next up, what I carry on me is my smaller carving tools, what I use for sort of finer detail. Here I've got a pelican knife. I'll show you that. There's a pelican knife. As you can see there, the handle's just totally designed for sort of intricate carving. You can put all your pressure on, sort of two-handed, thumb on thumb carving. It's got a curved blade there. The advantage of that curved blade is it allows you to keep the cutting edge 90 degrees to the grain all the time, so you can push and twist as you cut, which allows you to give it like a slicing action. Brilliant for getting in any tight, intricate spots that you need to carve out. So there you have it. That's my pelican carving knife. Okay, next you need something to ball out anything. So what I choose for that is a Mora spoon gouge. I have. Just get that out. It's a cardboard thing. Okay, so here's your Mora spoon gouge. You see it there. That's left and right handed. I had a struggle finding one at first because I'm left handed, so I just got a left and right handed. It does the job fine, quite easy to sharpen if you've got a ceramic rod or a steel rod or a diamond rod. You just take the burrs off. It doesn't need to be like incredibly sharp, but it does help obviously if it's sharper. And that's just for bowling out. You'd be surprised how much you could actually bowl with this and how quickly the wood tends to move away from whatever you're carving. So I'll show you what I've carved here. This is carving with an axe, my pelican knife and my spoon gouge, and that's just a spoon that I've carved from yew. All I've done there is just use the axe to get away the most, the pelican knife just to finish off the edge obviously, and then the spoon gouge to take out the bowl. That's just made out of yew, and I'll give that a light coating of olive oil once I've finished. Another thing that I've carved out of it with them three tools again is my spin on a classic Finnish cup, which is a kuksa. So here it is here. That's my kuksa. But what I've actually done is drill the handle, put leather through it and add a pestle, so I can use this a pestle and mortar for grinding up seeds or anything. But again, that's just done with the axe, the pelican knife and the spoon gouge. So that's them three tools, what I use quite a lot. Okay, so obviously you've got your tools there. Now what you need really is a good way of keeping them sharp. So my choice is a Japanese water stone. I have a combination stone here, which is 1000 grit and a 6000 grit. I also have a Nagura stone for creating a slurry on the 6000 grit. I'll go into more depth on how to use a water stone when I make a video about that, because there's a bit of a skill involved to it. But that is what I keep my knives nice and sharp with, as well as a leather strop and a ceramic rod just to finish them off. I also use this, which is a Fallneven DC3, which is the smaller version, and that's simply because I have a sheath what the smaller version fits into as opposed to the larger version. It's got a diamond surface to take off any sort of really heavy damage to your blade, and a ceramic surface just for creating that fine edge with a bit more bite. So I carry that on me all the time, along with my little, it's a British Army flick knife. It's got a really strong positive lock, and it's just stainless steel. It's got a nice edge that it holds in, and a nice safe locking mechanism, and that's what I carry with that all the time, with that Fallneven DC3 sharpening stone. Lastly, to take any major burrs away from my axe, which I sharpen on my Waterstone as well, but if that's really heavily damaged, obviously your axe takes a lot more of a beating than your knife does. But any heavy sort of burrs I take off with this, which is a Gransfors axe file with a beech handle. That basically just allows me to take any sort of really big chips out the blade. It just comes in a little leather sheath, and that's what I carry on me. So that's the kit that I take with me everywhere amongst other stuff. But that's the most important parts of my kit. I'll go over. You'll see me using them all the time in my videos. But if there's anything you'd like to see me do a more detailed review on, then please just drop me a comment and I'll do that for you. So yeah, that's just a quick show of my kit. Thanks for watching, and yeah, thanks for watching.